Assalamu alaikum.
Salamullah.
So I'm originally from Morocco, and free mixing there is widespread. And because it's from opposite gender, they mix a lot to the point where they sleep in the same apartment or even the same room, and they make the excuse and say, "Oh, he's like my brother," or "Oh, she's like my sister." And so my question is, how do I advise my cousins on this? Jazakallah khair.
Wajazak. Akhi, it is like any other sin. We as Muslims have to do our level best in advising people, showing them the proof from Quran and Sunnah. These people who say we have no problem in free mixing, they're like my brothers, they're like my sister, we end up showing them facts from people they know that fell into zina and haram relationships when they were prior to that thinking like you were thinking. No way on earth that Allah prohibits something and you come up with something that goes against it, thinking that it's fine, and it turns to be fine. Whenever Allah prohibits something, or the Prophet ﷺ, this is for your own good. And only Allah knows what's best for us because He created us. أَلَا يَعْلَمُ مَنْ خَلَقَ? Doesn't He know what or whom He created? So He knows exactly what is best for us and what is not. Therefore, when the Prophet says, alayhi salatu wasalam, إِيَّاكُمْ وَالدُّخُولَ عَلَى النِّسَى, do not enter upon women folk, non-mahrams meaning. One of the companions stood up and said, "O Prophet of Allah, what about al-hamu? What about my brother, my uncle, my nephew? I trust these people. What about if they were to enter upon my wife and mix with her?" The Prophet ﷺ replied, "Al-hamu al-maut." 2 words. Your brother, your uncle, your nephew are death. Meaning, if you allow them to mix with your wife, this is like allowing death to come and encounter your wife. Disaster is going to happen inevitably. Man versus woman in one location in seclusion, fire would ignite. Fuel next to fire. So you advise them to the best of your ability. It works, alhamdulillah. It doesn't. It's not for you to guide people. It's for Allah, the Almighty.